I am 65 years old. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I've never committed a crime. Unless my cooking counts, and then, yeah, well, maybe. But on September 30th, I'm going to be a felon. If I have even a cup of Kratom tea left, I will be a felon. I can be arrested and put in a federal penitentiary for possessing an herbal tea. An herbal tea that I have personally been drinking for about a year, twice a day, and it has managed my pain beautifully with no side effects, no addiction problems, and no high. Anybody out there who's looking for a party, wants to get high, Kratom tea is not going to work for you. You're going to find it very, very disappointing. Kratom is related to the coffee plant, and the feeling that you get from Kratom is more closely related to how you feel after you've had a strong cup of coffee, except you don't get all the jitters. So all of this crap that's out there saying that Kratom is a big party drug now, it's a recreational drug. I don't know, maybe some people use it recreationally to have a little more energy when they go out. I really don't see it myself. I use it, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something because it doesn't get me high. Additionally, I think that you should know, I'm 65 and I'm an average Kratom user. Kratom users are running between 30 and 50 years old, and a lot of us are older. I belong to a private group of citizens that are over the age of 60, and we all use Kratom. We use Kratom for chronic pain, for several diseases, for depression, for anxiety. It works for all of that stuff. It doesn't cure it. Even the pain is not completely gone, but it's manageable. It allows you to move on with your life, be productive, be happy. So why are we even doing this? Why do we have to go through this right now? To me, I don't feel like the DEA did its due diligence before calling for an emergency ban on Kratom. I mean, everything in their report was either false or grossly exaggerated. It's just, I don't know if they, maybe they just felt bad for some parents that had called in or something, but I'm telling you, any deaths or poison control problems that came in as a result of Kratom, there was something else involved. Because Kratom is harmless. Now, let's face it, I'm 65 years old. I've been using it for a year, and I've never had a problem with it. It does not make your blood pressure go up. My blood pressure has stabilized so well that I'm taking one blood pressure medication as opposed to two now. My digestive system is great. I have no, as far as rapid heartbeat, I've never even heard of that before with Kratom. It doesn't happen. There's just not any truth in the things they're saying. Let's see, what's some of the other stuff they said? Hallucinations, psychosis, what else was in there? And none of it is true. And I would just like to point out that there are more people are killed by lightning strikes than the 15 people in 2 years that they claimed died from Kratom. And I promise you, none of those deaths were just from Kratom. If you're using heroin or another street drug to get high, and you use kratom on top of that, and you get sick, when you go into the emergency room, you're not going to go in and say, well, after I shot up with the heroin, I decided to try a little kratom with that, see if I could make it last a little longer. You're not going to mention heroin. You're going to mention the one legal thing that you took, which was kratom. So kratom is taking a fall for other drugs. You can believe that. I feel like we need more research on this drug. Oh God, I can't believe I just called it a drug. Now you have me doing it. It's not a drug. It's an herb. It's a plant. It's natural. It's harmless. And all of this kratom drug stuff, and now you even have me saying it. This is just so ridiculous. It should never have blown up into the big thing that it has. This is an herbal supplement. It's being used by adults who unfortunately fell on some pretty bad health luck, where we're having pain or other problems that we just don't want to take opiates for. You know, we're tired of the whole opiate thing. It's time for that to be done. We have a heroin epidemic in our country that we really need to be focused on, and we're not. Instead, we're shifting our focus to an herbal tea. Am I the only one who thinks there's something wrong with that? If you agree with me, sign in on the comments below. Make your voice heard. I think we need to send a message out there. Do you use kratom? Have you had any problems with it? Let me know. Let me know, because I guarantee you we have probably anywhere from 3 to 5 million people using kratom tea on a regular basis, and none of them have had problems. And if you question that, ask yourself this. When was the first time you heard of kratom? If you've never used it, I'm guessing you didn't hear of it until just now, until all of this went down. Because most people, if you walk up to them and say, what do you think of kratom, will say, what's kratom? So as far as this being an emergency to our health, if it was an emergency, why haven't we heard of it before? I mean, come on, common sense. A little common sense will tell you that something's not right here. I don't know why the DEA did this. I'm sure they had their reasons, but I promise you they don't have the facts. They don't. And it's going to be a real shame if they schedule this. Schedule 1 for kratom, for the one thing that really gives us hope to get heroin addicts off of heroin. It makes me furious. I admit it. I'm angry about this. This was a big, big mistake. We need to stop the kratom ban. We need to delay the kratom ban, because we need research. We're asking that research be allowed. Let's research this before we just take it out of everyone's hands. You're going to destroy lives. People are going to die. Any heroin addict now using kratom to get through their pause symptoms, they're not going to make it. They're going to go right back out there and get the heroin. And then they're going to overdose because they haven't been taking it. So their system is not used to the same amount that they were taking. Don't let this happen. I'm telling you, blood will be on the hands of anybody who takes kratom away from these addicts who are trying to get clean. They don't want to be addicts. They don't want to be on the heroin, but they have no good way to come off. This is all we have. It works. It works better than anything else out there. So rethink it.